Hey guys, what's up? I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new episode of The God of High School, which is on episode 3. Now, this episode right here, pretty action-packed and makes me wonder what kind of person is Mori, because honestly, he doesn't look very human to me after what he has shown in last episode and now in this episode, you know? So, if anything else, let's just get this started. We have to it, of course, that we get to see our girl Mira having to take on a fight against some kind of like WW Wrestling Woman Championship woman whatsoever, and apparently she did struggle a bit, and even though she lost her weapon, she actually still defeated the girl, and that girl has some kind of dream of her own of having a reverse harem whatsoever, which honestly not too important, but we also get to see Dawei in his fight as well, you know? Although, I could talk about that later, but let's get to the point where, we get to know about Mori, which I believe using his name Mori might be more appropriate, because a lot of people kind of gotten upset about me about, using Jin as his name, but Mori is more appropriate, I guess. But Mori, apparently, he gets a punishment to take on one of the commissioners of the tournament whatsoever, or should I say, people who possibly watch him, or watch over it. But in any cases, if Mori manages to defeat one of them in any way, he is allowed to be back in the tournament. Because apparently the administrator, which I've forgotten his name whatsoever, I think Park, if anything, or Mujin, whichever one that seems more fitting for you. He realizes that this kid is some kind of acquaintance to someone that I think he knows, etc., you know? The way how he look at it, he goes like, hold on, this kid is the relative to this person. So he decides to give Mori a chance, you know? Defeat one of the commissioners, which he is given the opponent of a guy with glasses and green hair, which I don't go like, okay, not that important, but damn, I thought wrong otherwise, because, yeah. Anyways, eventually, before Mori was about to take his leave, he was given a bag of fruits whatsoever to go eat and try out, you know? And we get to know that those fruits whatsoever is not something that no normal human being should be eating. Otherwise, it can have some nasty side effects, which is shown to what happened to Mori. I mean, he ate one of the fruits that looks like a peach whatsoever, and all of a sudden he coughs out blood and all of a sudden looks like he faints out or possibly looked like he died. But aside from that, we get to know more about our boy Dawei, you know? We get to know that this guy is trying to help out a friend of his that's similar to Mori, you know? Which apparently he looks like he's honorable, heroic, and a good guy overall. And Dawei, I think he's want to get some money just to help out his friend, because I think he's battling some kind of disease or possibly battling cancer. I don't know. But one thing for sure is his head, it looks like he has no hair, and his head's bandaged up whatsoever, or covered up. So that could be the case. That's the way how I look at it. But aside from that, Dawei's opponent later throughout the second half of the episode, it involves a guy with having to have a baseball bat and a book. Of course, actually Dawei did have some major trouble against this guy, because he actually figured out Dawei's movements, and his karate style is something that the guy with the book and baseball bat has been studying over for the last 3 years, so he knows where he could be attacking and he could predict his movement, you know, etc. But unfortunately for him, Dawei looked like he didn't really went all out right there. So when he decided to do some stances and then prepared attacks in his names or something, he actually defeated the guy and won. But he did struggle a bit after he took a lot of damage from the baseball bat guy. But the last segment of the episode, which is I believe is 25% of it, is Mori against the green-haired glasses guy. I forgot his name, but I don't even bother remembering him. Forgive me. I mean, I will remember him this way, which I'll explain in just a moment. Mori looks like he survived the fruits that he ate, and he comes to the match a little bit late, but it's not a big deal for him to be disqualified. Eventually, Mori does take out the guy's glasses, and he pushes him down a bit, and it looks like he won, because the thing is of a handicap. If Mori can at least push the guy down or get him down on the ground, then he wins. But apparently that did not become the case, even though Mori did win a bit, which is really funny and shocking and pretty disappointing in a way. But we have to it that when they decide to get a little serious, we have to it that Mori actually kicked the guy, and Mori's like, what's wrong with me? Why am I feeling so hot or something, you know? Like he's all steamed up or pumped up with high temperatures. And the guy in the green glasses, he looks really mad. He goes like, this has been a while since I've been so mad. And he ends up summoning something of his own ability, and it looks like a freaking giant ghost-like being, or I'm going to call it a stand, okay? I'm going to call that a stand. That's right. I'm saying stand, and I'm getting the reference from, a little big major spoiler, by the way, from JoJo, okay? Forgive me on that. I'm thinking my mind. So, this guy has a stand ability. Pretty interesting. And of course, it looked like he was about to kill Mori or actually defeat him, but he was stopped midway as everyone else stopped him from doing so. And Park Mujin ends up saying, I'm deducting your pay, and you know why, right? For the 3 months. And he goes like, why? Why deduct my pay? And Mujin Park says, you won. Good job. Now you're back in the tournament, you know? And he goes like, hey, I'm kind of hungry. Can you give me a banana, dude, please? And, you know, credits roll and everything all together. So, one of the few highlights in this episode is Mori Jin, or whichever one that seems fitting for you. I'm going to call him Mori because people say it's more appropriate that way, and that's his real name, etc., you know? Mori, he's not some simple human being. I mean, the fruits or something he ate from some kind of altar whatsoever, looks like he wasn't supposed to eat that, and he ends up somehow surviving it. And as for another thing, I think there was a cult that was mentioned in here, which I didn't find too important because even though they may be important later, I don't see any role they played around, okay? They were shown at the beginning, but yeah. Then, you know, the two other highlights were like Mira and Dawei winning their matches, although Dawei struggled a bit after getting hit by a freaking baseball bat multiple times. And yeah, like I said, Mori, he's not some simple human being. He must be something from a warrior's bloodline or possibly something more than that. Whatever the case may be, the guy, the guy's kind of crazy. Not to mention the guy in the glasses, green hair and the glasses, he has a stand ability. Forgive me for saying that because, like I said, I'm getting too many funny references of thinking about JoJo too much, okay? So, until then, people, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day. And I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot!